Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, just with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things 32 a common sense lands. And well, that has now been officially confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. After weeks, months of speculation, the time flies by at this point, boys and girls. When you work 65 hours a week and put content out 7 days a week, the time all kind of flies by and the timelines get confused. But needless to say, the rumors have been running rampant for a long time that Power Rangers' original source material, Super Sentai, would be coming to an end over there in Japan. And of course, the rumor mill was floating around the wild. There were some announcements from some of the third-party distributors over there in Asia for this show and a few other things that made a lot of people question. But we got no official word from the actual company as to what the future of Super Sentai would look like. Well, boys and girls, it now has officially come to fruition, and all of the rumors have indeed been confirmed, because Super Sentai is officially ending and it has now been confirmed. Make way for Project R.E.D and a new Space Sheriff Gavan. So there we go, boys and girls. And a lot of people might ask why. And we've talked about this in the past, but in case you didn't watch one of those new videos, we are constantly getting new subscribers around here. It's one of them situations where this comes down to corporations and corporate nonsense and deals and licensing. It's contract issues. There was people in the United States that still own the distribution rights to Super Sentai for states. That's what got us Power Rangers. It's the reason why they used the action scenes from the original Super Sentai in the Power Rangers shows in the United States, just with different American actors out there, right? So all of this stuff was all a right situation that is still ongoing. So the only way for, and right now, Super Sentai kind of type stuff is becoming bigger and bigger than ever in the United States. Anybody who's a Tubi fan, you probably are on there. I've seen some of this stuff going around out there, and a lot of the guys that are already fans of this stuff know Tubi very well because of Kamen Rider and all of that kind of stuff that's going wild and really is becoming more increasingly popular in the United States. So this is the best time for them to break away, start something new, essentially 86 that old contract rules, and give us something brand new. Now, as to what form that'll be and whether fans will actually like it is only a time. We only know in time, but this is what we've got. Power Ranger source material has officially come to an ending, and there's a new sheriff in town, quite literally, boys and girls. So we're going to check this article from Bounding Into Comics, getting you all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 2,400. We're sailing our way towards 25 on our journey to 100,000. I think we're sitting at 2,450, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below later what you think about all this. Does it surprise you at all that all of the rumors are now finally true? Are you sad to see the old story of Super Sentai go away? Do you understand the contract reasons as to why they're doing it? Do you think that makes the most sense out there with everything else going on? Are you excited to see the new franchise? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And of course, if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, boys and girls, from our dear sweet Spencer McCooley over at Bounding Into Comics. After weeks of whispers and rumors as to its future, or rather lack thereof, Super Sentai broadcaster TV Asahi has confirmed that its current outing, No.1 Sentai Gyozuger, will be its last. But fear not, Tokusatsu fans. Sorry, boys, I always butcher the Japanese names. I apologize to all my friends out there. As it will apparently be succeeded by both a new Space Sheriff Gavan series, as well as a completely new endeavor titled Project R.E.D. So Super Sentai might be ending, but you're going to get 2 new series to replace it. Not really all that bad of a deal, boys and girls, and it's coming from the same creators, right? If you love the old stuff, you're probably going to love the new stuff just as much. So have no fear. And I mean, come on, this is Super Sentai stuff. It's not like the characters can't come back in new forms and just call them new things. Who knows? We'll see what happens. As previously reported, actually that might cause some contract issues, so I don't know, maybe that won't actually happen. Sorry. As previously reported, news of Super Sentai's upcoming demise was first broken on October 30th by Japanese news outlet Oricon News, whose 2-sentence report simply read, as a machine translated by DeepL. The TV Asahi affiliate Super Sentai will conclude its currently airing installation, No.1 Sentai Gyozuger. Sources familiar with the matter revealed on the 30th. The popular franchise, which began in 1975 with Himitsu Sentai Gorongo, will draw to close after half a century. That's what ignited the entire internet for Power Rangers fans out there and for Super Sentai fans globally, right? Everybody was like, what is this? Because there was no official announcement. It was all quiet. Nobody said anything. They literally left all of this going and nobody knew anything about that. The Cartoon Club brought this up. They said, yes, that this is absolutely happening as well, that Super Sentai will be coming to an end. But once again, no official announcement. Well, TV Asahi has officially confirmed Super Sentai's ending on November 25th, with the network's president, Shinji Nemaratsu, telling the Japanese news outlet Live Door, "I would like to express my gratitude to the fans who have supported us for half a century." That alone is impressive. As a guy who's a Doctor Who fan, a show that's been going on for 60 years, and although it has gotten really bad in the last few years, that is a testament. Right? That tells you how long they've been doing something good. They've been telling stories very well. You don't last for 50 years unless you're doing the right thing. And of course, as we talk about all the time, the most important thing, making your fans happy. Clearly, that is something that they have done for 50 years. And honestly, if nothing else, that alone is worth trusting them and at least giving the new version a chance. I've got this funny feeling most of the fans will. This 50th anniversary marks us a natural turning point. We want to use this as an opportunity to create new heroes. Regarding Tokusatsu, we will continue to provide new series for everyone to enjoy. From there, he pressed as to whether Super Sentai would be revived in the future. Nimura affirmed, "There is a possibility, but at this point, we cannot confirm anything definitively." Once again, because of contract issues with the United States distributors out there. Alongside this confirmation, TV Asahi also announced that the series' time slot would now be filled with Toei's new endeavor, the aforementioned Project R.E.D. Previous Universe Heroes titles having presumably been used as a placeholder name prior to launch. In a press release, which in addition to Japanese was also published in English, an all but sure sign that Toei is serious and that their previously declared goal of breaking into the Western market, as the studio explained, which, yeah, you're not going to put it out in English unless you're trying to appeal to the English market. And they know they've got a lot of American fans right now. This is something they want to do. So the studio explained, it's short for Records of Extraordinary Dimensions. Project R.E.D. is a new Tokusatsu series featuring a red hero in action. But rather than a dedicated series, it appears as if the name is meant to apply to more of a Marvel Cinematic Universe style production banner, with Toei further asserting that the project is slated to have numerous upcoming broadcast series with potential crossovers within Project R.E.D. So they're literally building themselves out an entire universe. Normally, when you hear new projects announced like this, it always feels like everybody's trying to copy Marvel, everybody's trying to copy what DC's doing, yada, yada, yada. Normally, I would agree with something like that. But this is a company with 50 years of history behind them and pedigree to go, you know what? I think we can trust this with something like this. And it sounds like we won't just be getting one new series. We're getting a whole bunch of new series and a whole bunch of new characters. And an end result is that the so on that knows is that it has been intentional on Toei's part. Project R.E.D. bears the initials PR, the same as Hasbro's Power Rangers, whose stranglehold on the Super Sentai brand in the United States is currently speculated to be the reason for Super Sentai's sunsetting. It is. It absolutely is. So this poster looks really cool. The new costume looks really neat, super powerful, nice little fist, got all your traditional kind of stuff. I'm digging it. And in service for their new crossover universe, the studio simultaneously confirmed that Project R.E.D.'s first entry will be Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity, which they described as a reimagining of the titular Metal Heroes series as originally aired from 1982 to 1983. Obviously, reimaginings normally terrify us as well, but considering the company's track record and what they're trying to do, they obviously can't use the original version, so we're doing a newer, updated version for a modern audience, but not that kind of modern audience. Gavan's influence extended far beyond Japan, capturing fans worldwide in the 80s. In an age when AI, space exploration, and advanced technology have now become a reality, Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity brings back to life the original heart of the Gavan reborn in a completely new series. So there you go. Curiously, though, Metal Heroes' franchise already had a specifically red-colored space sheriff in the form of Gavan's successor, Sharvin. Toei specifically highlighted how the first series in Project R.E.D., Super Safe Space Sheriff Infinity, embodies the Red Hero theme at its core. New character, same suit, might work out. The newly revealed Gavan dons a sleek metallic red combat suit. The glowing red armor, teasing a new visual materials, hints at a stylish, high-tech energy of this new hero. More information to be released soon. And obviously that is very apparent from the suit we've seen right here. Looks snazzy, looks cool, doesn't look like a ripoff of an Iron Man suit or something like that. So, I'm kind of digging it. You got kind of like the ninja, kind of samurai influences you see from kind of Asian, some of this stuff. And so, yeah, I like it. I dig it. And you know what? It'll be fun to see a lot of people at the cons cosplaying and stuff like this if the series is a success, because that's always what it ends up coming down to at the end of the day. At present, Toei has yet to confirm any official production details, including cast members, plot synopses, or dates for Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. However, when they do, it's likely the series will follow in the footsteps of Toei's other Tokusatsu mainstay, Kamen Rider, who's currently airing Zets in its first ever to be simulcast specifically to Western territories. And as a guy who's watched some Kamen Rider on Tubi, it's a great show. It's a lot of fun. Shout out to my boy Ironcaster, who got me into some of this stuff and showed me Kamen Rider. And he's like, dude, you loved Power Rangers as a kid. He's like, it's going to give you all the exact same feelings. And he was absolutely right. It is so much fun. It is so great. And I absolutely love the fact that they're now simulcasting it at the exact same time for the new Series Z in the United States. It once again shows that they understand where their bread is buttered, boys and girls. No, Kamen Nerd doesn't normally edit anything out of these videos. Enjoy it. You get me raw, which is probably why I've got 6 kids. But that being beside the point out there, this is one of those things where this looks good. This is exciting. Are we sad to see the old Super Sentai go? Absolutely. But am I excited to see the new adventures, especially now with so much more of this stuff being easily accessible in the United States, especially with the new episodes? We don't have to go to any shady corners of the internet or try to wait for any kind of weird translations or anything like that. No. They're going forward with this, and this is going to expose a whole new generation of children and grown-ups and teenagers and everybody else out there. They're just looking for good stories, looking for good superheroes who do the right things, who are morally sound, and give you good stories with monsters and big fights and some explosions. Because at the end of the day, making stories like this isn't rocket science, right? It's really not. Doing them well can be rocket surgery. I 100% agree with that. But at the end of the day, the basics aren't hard, right? Characters, flashy costumes, fighting big monsters, and tell us a heartwarming story where the good guys are good guys and the bad guys are bad guys. The details, yes, those can be hard, but the general ideas aren't rocket science. And the problem is in the Western civilization, for so long in Western media and entertainment, whether it be Hollywood or comic books or video games or television shows or whatever it was, right? Everybody wants to reinvent the wheel. Everybody wants to be, I can do this better than everyone else that ever came before. We want to reimagine things for a modern audience, right? All of that kind of nonsense, all of that kind of garbage, because they think they're just the smartest thing that's ever come before, right? It's all pride and ego and narcissism, and all they ever want to use is these IPs as something to push their own personal agenda or to work out their own personal issues from their family and because of the way their daddy treated them, right? We've seen this stuff happen a million times out there. Super Sentai isn't that. Toei Animation and the rest of these companies aren't that. They never have been, and hopefully, praying to God, they never will be. But right now, boys and girls, shout out to Super Sentai. Rest in peace, because after 50 years, not only did you inspire generations and plenty of other amazing shows in the West, but you kept things solid and you kept your fans happy for a half a century. That alone is impressive. I, for one, cannot wait to see what happens. So as a friendly reminder, in case you need it, but it doesn't sound like you do, the fans decide what succeeds and what fails. And as long as you make the fans happy, you will succeed, because we have all the power. We decide what makes things successful and what doesn't. And at the end of the day, boys and girls, if they do the right thing, they will have another 50 years of very exciting success. And I, for one, cannot wait, boys and girls. Kamen Nerd ain't cautiously optimistic about this one. I'm excited. A big shout out to all of our subscribers and members out there. Thanks for watching, and make sure you guys like and subscribe if you have not already.